Is it like like a what's up, nigga, down the line? Do you think, or is there a point of no return? Because I heard Memphis Bleak said like, I guess what he said about Jay, there's never no going back on that one. And what he said about him was kind of crazy. But anyway, true or false? I'm asking you. And I'm not asking for right now. I'm asking for what you think about later, because that is your boy since you was little. So what you think about that?
Nah, I'm at the point of no return. I'm at that point because
when your own circle turns on you, there's no coming back. Imagine being part of a crew that once ruled music, made millions, and inspired a generation. Now picture those same people throwing insults, exposing secrets, and calling each other liars in public. That is exactly what is happening between Dame Dash, Camron, and Mase. But here's the big question. How does a friendship that strong fall apart so badly? Was it because of fake stories about the streets? Was it because of money that disappeared in business deals? Or was it because of betrayal, when private conversations were twisted into public jokes? Viewers are left wondering who is telling the truth and who is creating stories for attention. Is Dame Dash really the victim he claims to be? Or has he been caught lying too many times? And why are Cam and Mase, who once respected him, now calling him out with so much energy? It's like watching brothers turn into rivals right in front of millions. A Harlem tragedy that feels straight out of a movie. This story is not just about rap or Harlem. It is about loyalty, trust, and what happens when those things break. So let's dive in and find out how everything went wrong. Have you ever heard someone tell a story so wild that it makes you stop and wonder if it's even true? That's exactly what happened when Dame Dash started talking about a night he claimed he spent with Camron, Mase, and legendary rapper Big L. Dame said the three of them were riding in a car, and he had 3 bricks with him. But here's the question. Did that really happen? Or was it just another tall tale? Cam and Mase immediately shut the story down. Cam fired back, Big L never even rode with you. Stop lying. Mase doubled down, saying, we've never been in a car with Dame and Big L, not once. So why would Dame say that? Was it to build his image? To make himself sound tougher than he really was? Think about this. Big L was known for being extremely careful about who he hung around with. If he didn't trust someone, he kept his distance. Would Big L really have been sitting in a car with Dame, risking everything? Cam and Mase don't think so. They even joked that if Dame really had 3 bricks in that car, he never would have made it home. That's a scary thought, isn't it?
Blood. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Come on, Larry. Let's be mad together.
Yeah,
I thought Biggie did that.
Yeah.
I thought he was smoking with Biggie.
Nah, to be honest with you, Dame, when I was doing my deal with Entertainment, or about to do the deal, we would talk from time to time, and he'd be like, yo, be careful with them niggas, they smoke too much. He said, they good businessmen, but them niggas smoke a lot, talking about Biggie and Un and all that. And, he was smoking with me and Bloodshed from time to time.
When people tell fake stories about the past, especially about someone who's no longer here to defend themselves, it can change how people remember history. So the big question is, was Dame just confused, or was he purposely trying to rewrite Harlem's story? And that leads us to something even bigger. If Dame is willing to stretch the truth about hanging with Big L, what about his business stories? Let's move into the next part, where the lies aren't just about street credibility, but also about money. Cam even joked he was cooking up rhymes and dinner at the same time, literally chefing hits and turkey wings in one session. But after the laughs, the mood turned serious, because the next topic hit where it really hurts, the money. Money has a way of testing friendships, doesn't it? Dame Dash built a reputation as a business mogul, but Cam and Mase say the truth about his deals tells a different story. Have you ever trusted someone with your money only to find out they weren't honest with it? That's what Larry and others say happened with Dame. Here's the setup. Dame, Larry, and a partner agreed to each put $50,000 into a movie project. Sounds fair, right? But what happens when one of those investments suddenly disappears? According to Cam and Larry, Dame told Larry to give the money to a woman connected to the project. Larry trusted Dame and handed it over. Later, Dame turned around and said, why would you give her the money? She's stealing. Imagine how Larry must have felt. Who gave him that contact in the first place? This wasn't just about a lost investment. It became about trust. How can you trust someone in business if they spin the story and put the blame back on you? Have you ever been blamed for someone else's mistake? That's the kind of frustration that built up between Dame and his old circle. It didn't stop with one deal either. Camron also spoke about the A-Track album that dragged on for nearly a decade. He says he knocked out songs quickly, but Dame kept delaying, changing things, and wanting to redo the project again and again. Can you imagine working hard, finishing your part, and then waiting 10 years while someone keeps moving the goalposts? So now, It's not just about lies in the streets. It's about business deals falling apart, money disappearing, and friendships breaking down. But what happens when those private disputes become public? That's where the story takes an even messier turn. Friendships are built on trust and respect. But what happens when a friend starts telling private stories in public and twisting the truth? That's what Cam and Mase accused Dame Dash of doing. Have you ever had someone share your business without your permission? How would you feel? One of the biggest examples came when Dame started talking about Camron and 50 Cent. Cam explained that 50 once gave him a friendly pat on the pockets, a playful gesture. But Dame took that small moment and turned it into a public insult. He went on blogs saying Cam let 50 smack him, making it sound like Cam had been humiliated. Now think about this. Why would a friend exaggerate something like that for the world to laugh at? Cam said he never agreed to that version of the story. He was shocked to hear Dame repeat it again and again in interviews. That's when Cam realized it wasn't just business disagreements anymore. It was betrayal. Have you ever ignored a call from a friend because you didn't want to argue? That's what Cam did with Dame. But instead of letting things cool down, Dame went to the internet, telling story after story, looking for sympathy. Cam and Mase say that's when they knew the friendship had reached a point of no return. So now the picture gets clearer. It's not just about fake Harlem stories. It's not just about bad business. It's about betrayal on a personal level, where private arguments become public weapons. But here's the final piece. Why would Dame keep doing this over and over? That brings us to the last chapter. In the past, Dame Dash was respected as the guy who found talent, managed it, and built empires. But according to Cam and Mase, something has changed. Do you think everyone is meant to stay in the spotlight, or are some people better off working behind the scenes? Cam and Mase believe Dame's real gift was finding stars, not being one himself. But instead of staying in that role, Dame now wants to be the talent. He's posting online, chasing viral moments, and according to his old friends, looking more like a clown than a businessman. Because going viral doesn't always mean winning. Sometimes it just means you become the joke. That raises a big question. Is being viral always a good thing, or can it make people lose respect? Mase said, Dame has become the very thing he once criticized, a chatty patty, someone who gossips online instead of building. Cam even suggested that weed and social media have changed Dame, making him less sharp and more desperate for attention. Have you ever seen someone you looked up to change so much that they're almost unrecognizable? For Cam and Mase, this isn't just about jokes anymore. They say Dame has crossed the line into no return. The lies, the money issues, the betrayals, and now the public clout chasing have made it impossible to repair the friendship. In the end, fame fades, respect matters, and loyalty is everything. Once that's gone, the spotlight can't save you. And that leaves us with one final question. What's more painful, losing money, losing respect, or losing a friend you once trusted like family? That's the heart of the story. And it's what makes this entire saga between Dame Dash, Camron, and Mase so unforgettable. But before you go, the drama doesn't stop here. The 5 Heartbeats cast just dropped hidden truths fans never saw coming, and it's shaking the industry all over again. Click the next video right now to see what really happened behind the scenes with David Ruffin and the cast. Trust me, you won't believe what they finally admitted.